Before past the hour, some developing news out of Europe this morning. The Associated Press reports Germany is preparing next week to host the largest air deployment exercise in the history of NATO. 10,000 participants and 250 aircraft from 25 nations will drill during the training set to take place between June 12th and June 23rd. The U.S. is sending 2,000 Air National Guard personnel and roughly 100 aircraft. Quite a symbol to the world. Joining us now, Secretary of the Army, the Honorable Christine Wormuth. And Joe has the first question. Joe?
Madam Secretary, thank you so much for being with us. So our troops are the best and the brightest. We're stronger than we've been relative to the rest of the world at any time since World War II. And yet, we've got a lot of politicians in Washington, D.C. trashing them. I know you don't want to get into the politics of it all, but I am curious. All of the trashing of our men and women in uniform by Republicans, all of the suggestion that they're weak and woke, all of the suggestions that they wish they were more like Russians, is that hurting our recruiting in Middle America?
Well, Joe, I would say, first of all, we're not a woke army. We're a ready army. We're certainly far more ready than the Russian army. You know, the United States Army is the world's greatest land fighting force. And I do think that that constant drumbeat that we sometimes hear about a weak military, a woke military, is a little bit of a negative drip, drip, drip that is undermining our recruiting at a time where we really can't afford that.
And so what would you suggest to people on the Hill, politicians who keep tearing down our men and women in uniform, keep suggesting that they're weak and woke, when, as I always say, anybody who thinks our troops are weak, just ask those Russians who bum rushed them in Syria a couple of years ago. They won't be doing that again anytime soon.
No, and when I talk to members of Congress, you know, they're often saying, hey, we want to help you with recruiting. And so my answer to them is, if you want to help, talk about all of the opportunities that the Army offers to young people. Talk about how ready we are, how hard we are training, how lethal the United States Army is. That's, I think, that's the message that I'd really like to see members of Congress sharing with their constituents back home.
So, Madam Secretary, give us a state of play right now, if you will, as to the Army's recruitment, but also where it's being deployed. What sort of role is it, across the globe? We certainly know the support it's playing to Ukraine at the moment, but also tell us about the Pacific as well.
Sure. Right now, the United States Army is in 140 countries around the world. And just in Europe alone, we've got 40,000 soldiers who are there standing shoulder to shoulder with our NATO allies. They've been training 10,000 Ukrainian armed forces, getting ready for them to support the counteroffensive. And in the Indo-Pacific, we are campaigning every day. We have a series of exercises called Pacific Pathways, where we basically engage with our allies and partners all around that region to demonstrate combat credible forces and to strengthen deterrence in that region.
Madam Secretary, Katty Kay has a question.
Madam Secretary, we've heard a lot about this spring offensive that looks like it's just underway. Can you talk a little bit more about the U.S. Army's role in training Ukrainians? What kind of training have you been giving them in the run-up to this offensive, and a little bit more about the specifics of how you've been involved in that?
Sure. We've been training the Ukrainians in a variety of ways, but I focus first in Germany. What we've really been focused on with the Ukrainians is on what we call maneuver warfare, which is being able to bring together infantry, armor, aviation to work together on the battlefield. And that is really, what brings lethality. The Russians have really struggled in that area. So we've worked hard with the Ukrainians to get them ready for that kind of warfare. We've also done a lot to train them on our air defense systems. So, there's been a lot of talk about Patriots. We've given Patriots to the Ukrainians, and we've trained them in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, to use those systems, which are complex, but they've done that to great effect.
United States Secretary of the Army, the Honorable Christine Wormuth, thank you very much for being on the show this morning. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.